Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Welcome back to Man City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. Wow, tomorrow, it's one of the most important matches which we are going to play throughout the season. I mean, it's it's in a way, City's coming face to face with destiny in quest of the ultimate glory, in quest of the trophy that City have been for 10 years, 12 years, all of the planning that we have done since 2008, since been taken over in 2008. Yes, Premier League trophies are important, but this is the one that really puts us on top of the world. This is the one that really sends out a message. Yes, we have finally arrived. We are here to stay. We are the elite. It's a roaring message which we were trying to send for the last couple of years, in terms of setting up our scouting network, in terms of setting up our infrastructure, in terms of the way club is run. Everything is pointing towards this thing, towards achieving the Champions League glory. So in a way, destiny beckons us tomorrow at the Etihad, a home game. We cannot afford to give away many away goals. Haaland, they're all the semi-plots playing. Haaland, Mino Raiola, according to reports, is asking £600,000 salary per week salary for Haaland. It's almost a 300 million pound deal if you want to secure Haaland. Those are the kind of numbers which Mino Raiola is asking. There are a lot of subplots in there against Dortmund, especially the counter attack. Pep, when he was managing Bayern Munich as well, he has suffered defeat against Dortmund. There are a lot of subplots playing in this end. And what I thought was that game against Leicester, it was an indication of how City were going to set up. It's a minute indication because Leicester and Dortmund play in quite a similar way, I would say. Let's quickly go into the predicted lineup and I'll pick the lineup. Just do comment below as well if and tell me as I'm picking the lineup. If you want to pick any other player, let's start picking the lineup. Yes, so let me come from the back. The goalkeeper position. I think that's the safest one. I mean, no rewards at all for guessing. It is our favorite Eddie in there. Now the left back position for me, it's not straightforward. You could say that yes, Cancelo will come straight away into the left back position, but seeing the performance against Mendy, seeing that he he has experience playing at this level against for Monaco and all for City. Mendy has reached the semi-final. I mean, and is a predominantly left-footed player. So Cancelo would be the obvious choice, but then I would think that Mendy has a shouting, especially with his performance against Leicester. I mean, it depends again. Pep Guardiola, when he was asked about how do you pick your fullbacks, I mean, why are you not picking Mendy? He said that Mendy doesn't have the tactical sense to come inside. If I want a fullback to play just on the flanks, up and down, then I pick Mendy against Leicester, for example. Since Fernandinho was in the midfield with Rodri, City played with two DMs. Mendy did not have to go into the midfield to protect against the counter attack. He went up and down the flanks, which Mendy is much better than Cancelo. But against Dortmund, I don't think Pep will play with two pivots. That's the mistake which he did against Lyon. So I don't think he'll repeat it. That defeat against Lyon still hurts me. I still think of it whenever I think of Champions League. So tomorrow, in a way, is a chance for us to get over that Lyon defeat as well. The last eight, we have never been. I mean, we have been beyond last eight once under Pellegrini, but that was just a fluke. I'll just say it openly now. That was just a fluke. We got very easy draw, but beyond the last eight, we have never been to the semi-finals. We have been just once under Pellegrini. So this is the chance for us, to get over that defeat, which still deflates all of us against Lyon. How we lost that night. It has hurt Pep as well. You could see throughout the season the way he has made City play. You could always see it in his eyes how much the defeat against Lyon hurt. So So I would say Pep would not make that mistake of playing two DMs. So for me, left back, I would say, since it's a one DM, I would say it's Cancelo. Again, it depends purely on Pep. Why not Zinchenko's Zing? Because Zinchenko, I still don't think he's that good defensively, especially against strong wingers. I think Marco Reus is gonna play in tomorrow's match against Haaland. Haaland, for example, and creative wise, Cancelo is one of the best creative fullbacks in Europe right now, one of the best. So there's no doubt that Cancelo starts. No right back. There is again no question about this. We don't have any other right back, so it's Kyle Walker. It's just for a sheer pace. Kyle Walker starts for a sheer pace. In, in Leicester's match as well, I saw Walker was on the back of Castagna. Walker was on the back of Jamie Vardy. Walker was almost man marking Jamie Vardy, man marking Castagna. The way he defended was just absolutely brilliant. Kyle Walker defending, attacking wise, this but to improve, but defending wise is an absolute beast. The shoulder pushes and everything is just wow, he's a defending machine, I would say. The one match which Walker didn't play, we lost against United. I mean, in 2021. So that underlines, that tells you the importance of Kyle Walker. So Kyle Walker is a must for me in tomorrow's match. I'll be absolutely stunned. I'll be flabbergasted if Walker doesn't start tomorrow's match. So Walker for me. The two centre backs again. There's no doubt. I would say Ruben Diaz and John Stones. Not Ruben Neves. It's Ruben Diaz and John Stones. I mean, Laporte played well, but again, I still think that Laporte has got one or two mistakes in him. Again against Tottenham, for example, in the last 16, 2 years back. Laporte made that mistake which led to Son's goal. Laporte, there could be a little bit of lapse of concentration for Laporte, which I have not seen this season with John Stones. England versus Poland, yes, John Stones made a mistake, but then his attitude after that was first class. He never felt deflated. That for me shows a man who is really confident. Shows a man who can't be defeated, who can't be taken to the cleaners. It's just the attitude for me and the kind of concentration which John Stones is showing. I mean, since John Stones' rejuvenation and getting back into the form, not a single mistake I've seen from John Stones. That's the single most reason why I would put John Stones ahead of Aymeric Laporte. Otherwise, there is not much reason. You could make the case for me to put Aymeric Laporte in there, a left-handed centre back, and Ruben Diaz. I'm sorry, left-sided and right-sided centre back. So left-footed, right-footed, that would be a really good balance. And against counter-attack, that's perfect. But we should understand that previously, when in this season, when Pep has played against counter-attacking teams, for example against Spurs, against Leicester at the weekend, Pep has always played with Aymeric Laporte. Against United as well, Laporte started, if I'm not mistaken. So Pep has always, against Liverpool as well, I think Laporte started. So against counter-attacking teams, Pep has always started Laporte because he feels that left-footed centre back, when you're especially playing against a counter-attacking team, will give you the balance. But in this match, if you ask me, yes, Dortmund is a counter-attacking team, but will they sit back? No, they don't sit back. But then Diaz can't be dropped. Diaz will not accept being dropped, and Diaz can be dropped. How can you drop him? John Stones, I'll be stunned again if John Stones will be dropped, just like Kyle Walker. How can John Stones be dropped? I mean, will John Stones be sacrificed for the tactical Noah's tactical overthinking? I just hope that Pep doesn't overthink this game. I just hope that Pep, just let this play out in its natural course. Pep doesn't do any of his artificial engineering, thinking twice, thrice, overthinking, put in 2, 3 DMs, telling the team a new style of play, new tactical thing. No, just let them play naturally, and we should be all right. We should be able to give up best, I would say. So Diaz and Stones for me. Again, Laporte could play. Just let me know in the comments below if would Laporte play for you, and if Laporte plays, whose position would he take, Diaz or Stones? For me, the CDM is again a very, very interesting position for me. Whom would you have in the CDM from? I mean, this would be a controversial choice, I would say. Many of you will say Rodri, but my man, who's rolling back the years, Fernandino will be in the CDM. I think that's why Pep got him in against Leicester, and wow, he rolled back the years. The way Fernandino was nicking the ball back, the way he was winning the ball back from the Leicester players. Leicester midfield was suffocated. It was the same Leicester team that defeated Man United. You know, there was not much difference, but their midfield in that game against Man United looked first class. But then Fernandino, he just sucked the life of that Leicester midfield. Jure Tillemans looked like he belonged in the Pubs League. He belonged in League One, two divisions below the Premier League. That's how Fernandino made that Leicester midfield look. That Leicester midfield was clueless. And it was not just winning the ball back, the intelligent positions he took up. Tielemans was trying to play 1-2 with NDD, and Fernandino was just covering. Tielemans, whenever he's trying to play 1-2 with someone in the midfield, Fernandino is always there to intercept. That kind of intelligence, I don't think you can have. I don't think any other midfielder who's playing right now in Europe has that. Fernandino for me is the best midfielder, best CDM in Europe right now in terms of his tactical understanding of the game. Not maybe his age has caught up, and in terms of pace, in terms of his ability to cover the ground, he might not be there. But just in terms of his tactical awareness, in terms of his vision, in terms of him being 2 3 steps ahead of the game, that is what makes the difference in this big encounters. Yes, you might have big name players, you might have an Haaland, you might have an Mbappe, you might have a Kevin De Bruyne here, but defensively, the team who has who has that general, who has that commander, who has someone to calm the midfield, who has someone to take care of the midfield, that is the team which will really go the farthest in this competition. And Fernandino is the ace for me. Fernandino for me is the game changer. I somehow think that Pep Guardiola will start him in all of City's Champions League games from now on. Hope City progress to the next stages, but in all of the Champions League games that City will play from until now to the end of the season, how many ever there may be, Fernandino is gonna start. What about Rodri? Rodri, I mean, it's again a bit of a confusing, controversial choice. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think Rodri should start or Fernandino should start? Because I don't think Pep will go with two DMs. Again, I'll be stunned if Pep will go with two DMs. I mean, I'll not be stunned if Pep will go with two DMs because Fernandino was taking shots on. He was moving well. He was dribbling well against Leicester. But then whom would you sacrifice if Pep would play with two DMs? Would Gundogan be sitting on the bench because De Bruyne is surely playing in this game, or maybe would Pep play false nine? A lot of tactical implications. If Pep plays with two DMs, I would say De Bruyne plays in that false nine position. It's all. But for me, De Bruyne playing in that false nine position would be just a waste of his talent. The way he was conducting that midfield orchestra, the way he was, that pass for Leicester's second goal, it was as if I heard a commentator telling that De Bruyne should not be allowed to make that pass. That kind of talent should not be allowed to. No one should be allowed to have that kind of talent and vision. It was just even a robot operating on artificial intelligence would not be able to make that pass which De Bruyne made against Leicester. So for me, De Bruyne starts in the midfield. Uh, Yes, KDB starts in the midfield, but who will be the other player? Would it be Gundogan? Would it be Bernardo Silva? Would it be Phil Foden again? Here are some very very controversial choices, I would say. Here are some very very controversial choices, especially in terms of second midfielder, and then I'll go to the comments. For me, Phil Foden, I would not pick Phil Foden here because there's another spot I would say why Phil Foden will not play in the central midfield. And then Bernardo Silva, no Bernardo Silva over there. I'll tell you why. I'll pick this guy here in the midfield. Aika Gundogan for me. The reason why I'll pick Aika Gundogan is Gundogan has played that CDM position. He has played against Dortmund. So Gundogan, if needed, can shift in that CDM position and sit as a double pivot, especially when City is out of possession. And in possession, Gundogan could naturally move forward, and you know Gundogan is again one of the most informed creative players in the entire in entire Europe right now. So that Gundogan gives you that flexibility which I don't think a Foden gives. And Foden or Bernardo Silva at this stage, for me, they don't have the tactical awareness again, how to shift into that double pivot, how to shift in and out of position, how to carry the ball. So Gundogan for me plays in that central midfield. Sumant is here. Sumant is telling Rodri for fresh legs, but Rodri played against Leicester. More than fresh legs, I would say in this fixture, what you need is a fresh mind. What you need is an experience in mind, I would say. What you need is a mind which can understand the tactical position of the game, which can have that vision of intercepting those 1-2s which Dortmund really play well. 1-2 and Haaland is off. Dortmund played that really well against Bayern Munich. Dortmund was 2-0 up against Bayern in a fixture I saw 2-3 weeks ago in the Bundesliga. So that is what for me why Fernandinho plays, because in the past City have gone out due to lack of experience in that midfield. Just imagine in tomorrow's match, City go goal down in the first 5 minutes, Haaland scores. Who will calm that midfield down? Who will provide that reassuring presence? There needs to be someone who tells everyone, don't let your spirits down. I'm the boss. We'll show how the midfield is run. You need a leader over there who can carry that entire midfield through. And I really believe that CDM is the brains of any team, and especially a Pep Guardiola team, because Guardiola himself was a CDM, and Guardiola expects his CDM to relay his vision. The way a Guardiola CDM moves, the way a Guardiola CDM, sets himself up tactically, positionally, the way he passes, all of these, set the rhythm for how the team is moving. So in that sense, I think Rodri is not ready, especially in game of such high magnitude. And also do let me know in the comments below, what do you think about Gundogan playing in as a second midfielder? Do you think Bernardo Silva should play there, or do you agree with me that Gundogan plays there? Now let me come to the left wing spot. You'd think it's Raheem Sterling, but never in a million years will I pick Raheem Sterling. I mean, what has happened in that Leon game still is afresh in my memory. Still is afresh in the memory of all of us City fans, of everyone who's watching this. Raheem Sterling missing open goals. No, no, not Raheem Sterling. For me, Phil Foden, sharpshooter, is ruthless. To win Champions Leagues, what do you need? This was the question Pep Guardiola was asked. In a press conference. You know what he said? The difference in winning a Champions League or not is the strikers in the Champions League, the front three in the Champions League of any team are beasts. They are merciless hunters. They don't have any they don't have any remorse. They just kill you 1-2 and they just kill you. That's all. One chance and bang goal. That is what is needed. Pep was thinking about that 2015-16 Bayern Munich versus Atletico Madrid. Bayern had a penalty, Thomas Muller misses it, and then Atletico Madrid score and Bayern are knocked out. Pep was referring to those kind of instances when he was telling the strikers in the Champions League are merciless animals. They are hunters. If you are not sharp, you'll be shot down. And for me, if you ask who are City's front three who are merciless, I would say Phil Foden is definitely one of them. Phil Foden has a shot on goal. 90% of the time he scores left foot, right foot, the positions he takes up, the runs he does. And also Phil Foden offers more defensive cover, I would say, than Raheem Sterling. He tracks back really well when compared to Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling, in a way, is a one or two trick pony. You tell me that this is harsh on Raheem Sterling and stuff, but I'm sure all of you agree with me. Raheem Sterling is nothing but, I'll tell you what are the tricks he'll do. One trick is he'll try to run inside the box and try to dribble, like I always do in my FIFA. And then the second trick is, he tries to cut inside on his right foot and tries to hit a ball, curl a ball into the top right corner from outside the box. Those are the two things which I've seen him doing from the last 2 3 years. Other than that, he doesn't do anything. You need more creativity. You need much more than that. To win a Champions League, to compete against these ruthless beasts like Haaland, Marco Reus, all of these big names. And Phil Foden for me has a great understanding with De Bruyne, especially in these recent matches I've seen. Phil Foden, De Bruyne, they exchange the position so well. De Bruyne goes on to the left, Foden comes into the center, and they're so comfortable. With Raheem Sterling, you also don't get this fluidity, not the fluidity of the front three, but also the fluidity of the midfield interchanging itself. De Bruyne, Foden, or sometimes Gundogan, Foden, because Foden is naturally a central midfielder, so you get all of those dynamics with Phil Foden over there. So again, I'll be stunned if Pep doesn't start Foden. There are three or four players whom, if if Pep doesn't start, I'll be really stunned, and one of them is Foden. And also do let me know in the comments below. Do you think that Foden should start, or do you think Raheem Sterling should start? What do you think? Who are you in the comment section for? Are you a Raheem Sterling fan? Do you belong to the Raheem Sterling fan club, or do you think Foden should start? And the right wing, I don't think there is any question. There is any question in the right wing. Again, Riyad Mahrez. The only reason is in the recent games, what I've seen is Mahrez doesn't hold on to the ball that long. He has become far more intelligent. He knows when to give and go. Mahrez is in exceptional form. He is right now one of the best informed left wingers in entire Europe. So Mahrez starts. There is no question for me. The only thing is, I would expect Riyad Mahrez to help Kyle Walker a bit, track back. Now that will be another interesting subplot in the game. Because against Leicester, Walker made only one run forward. All of the match was hanging at the halfway line, and setting himself up for the counter attack, to defend against the counter attack. So does Pep Guardiola do that? If Pep Guardiola does that, that means Riyad Mahrez can really stay high and provide us with that attacking input. So Mahrez starts cutting in on that left foot, lethal. Just imagine De Bruyne on that right foot, giving balls into the box, and Mahrez on that left foot just pumping balls into the box. I wish we had Mario Mandzukic. It would just be De Bruyne, Mahrez, Cancelo, pump balls into the box, and we could win, win all the matches. Now, this center forward position will be the most controversial position. You guys will not agree with me at all, because you guys would think that you would need Sergio Aguero. Sergio Aguero, club legend, will have to play. Otherwise, otherwise it is not just for a club legend to not start him in a last state of the Champions League game. But from when has Pep Guardiola begun to trust in sentiments? Pep Guardiola goes by what is tactically needed for the game, and tactically what is needed is, we need to maintain a compact block, and to maintain a compact block, we need Pep Guardiola knows if he doesn't play two DMs, he needs to play a false nine. And if he plays a false nine, the one thing is, he needs to have a player who has a good enough engine. And there is only one player, Pep Guardiola's favorite, the player who gives his absolute everything, Bernardo Silva. And he's another player who is bang on in form right now. His shots from outside the box are excellent. Is another informed player for Portugal. His crosses were excellent. So Bernardo Silva, he really runs a lot. He carries the ball really well. Other than anything, Bernardo Silva orchestrates the press. For me, Aguero, yes, he presses well. Gabriel Jesus presses well. But for me, the best the front man at City who orchestrates the press is Bernardo Silva. Relentless energy, can run through steel walls, can run through any metal walls. You could hope for the toughest metal walls in the world. So Bernardo Silva for me. And other reason for Bernardo Silva over Aguero is, I think Pep would like to have Aguero come on after 60 minutes, give him good sharp 30 minutes. and just unleash him against Dortmund, against a tired Dortmund. Hope that City keep the ball. So that could be the plan actually, and not Gabriel Jesus, because Gabriel Jesus again is, I mean, could be Gabriel Jesus, but Bernardo Silva plays better false nine for me than Gabriel Jesus. So this is my predicted lineup. I think uh, the only one or two positions which are in doubt are will Pep play with a false nine, and will Pep play with Fernandinho. Like Sumant was mentioning in the comments, Rodri for fresh legs. But I have an instant that Fernandinho will play, and for the reasons that I've mentioned, we need someone who can really captain that midfield, who can really show all of his experience, who can really lift the team up when they're down, because the reason why I think winning the Champions League is more difficult than winning the Premier League. I mean, yes, Premier League demands consistency, but Champions League demands character more than anything else. Champions League demands you to, in a really less space of time, it demands you to get over your disappointment, and go and attack. Champions League, it demands from you to really show what you're made up of. When you're a goal down, how fast can you get up and attack? How fast can you get over your disappointment? What are you made up of? What is your character? Who are you? What is your personality? How much do you want it? All of these things are tested in the Champions League. The trials and tribulations of football in 180 minutes is what the Champions League is made up of. And that is why the teams that win the Champions League are really heralded in a very, very high esteem. Yes, doing Premier League twice, thrice. Yes, Premier League is also important, don't get me wrong. But then the Champions League is a different animal, a different machine. And winning the Champions League, going far in the Champions League is something else for me, because it associates you with qualities like resilience, qualities like determination. How hard can you dig deep into yourself? Because it's a knockout competition. It really demands you to handle pressure much better than anyone else. If you can you handle pressure much better than anyone else? Haaland is running one on one in 90 plus 3, and if Haaland scores, Dortmund go through, and Ruben Diaz is one on one. What does Ruben Diaz do when defending? That is what Champions League tests you. In within moments you can be in or out. Within moments, within seconds can decide when, if you're crying or if you're laughing, if you're smiling at the end of the match. We have seen this with Tottenham. City scored that goal in the last 16 2 years back, and we were celebrating. Tottenham players were crying, and then what happened? VAR reverses the decision, and we are crying. That is what in a way Champions League is all about. That's why I love this competition, and that's why I really hope that we really show who we are, play with freedom, whatever happens. I just want City to give their best. That is the only thing. If they give their best, if they play with their full potential, if they really show who they are, if they play with their entire personality, their character, I'm sure there is no one in entire Europe, in the world, who can stop us from getting our maiden Champions League crown. There is no one. I promise you. I'm very sure. It's just that we should not stop believing in us. We have stopped believing in us more often than not in this competition. Against Monaco, when Pep Guardiola was here, we were 5-3 up from the first leg against Monaco, and we stopped playing in the second leg, and we lost. Same thing against Spurs, same thing against Liverpool. We just stopped playing for 30 minutes, and Liverpool went 3-0 up. Same thing against Spurs. We stopped playing in the first leg, and we were 1-0 down, and we never recovered. We somehow tend to freeze. We somehow tend to freeze in this competition, freeze in the face of difficulties. And if we do that, we can't win this. This is the next step for this club to go. Now we are winning Premier Leagues. We are established at the domestic level. We can win all those trophies. But at this level, this is what the club really needs to. It's not to show the world. It's just to show yourselves. It's just to show ourselves who we are. It's just to prove it to ourselves. who we are. Because in the past 5 6 seasons we have let ourselves down. If you're defeated by an opponent, you can always live, you can always hold your head high. But if you're defeated by yourself, if you have regrets in life that you have not given things up to your full potential, that is when you can't, face up to yourself. You can't get up in the morning and see yourself in the mirror. So never ever do that. Play to your full potential. City have done that in the last 4 5 seasons in the Champions League. We have not believed in ourselves at a vital stage. Against Lyon, we stopped playing. So I really hope that City gives their best. So let me know in the comments below again what you think will be the predicted score in tomorrow's match. I predict City to win 4-1 tomorrow, 4-1 or 4-0 for me. Tell me what is your predicted score, and also tell me your lineup or any changes you would like to see uh, in this lineup. Sumant is telling Pep is mentioning fresh legs again and again in press conference. That's why I think Rodri will start. I think what Pep thinks is he thinks that the players will really need to run more and more, and that's why I think Bernardo Silva will start. But yes, fresh legs are needed in certain positions. When he was telling fresh legs, I think he was referring to someone like a Sergio Aguero. I mean, Aguero was awful against Leicester. So he was referring to someone like a Sergio Aguero, I think. But he, for me in the CDM position, Pep wants a fresh brain more than anything else. So that is again an interesting thing. Rodri or Fernandinho. I would personally go with Rodri again. Yes, Pep is mentioning fresh legs. Uh, but I think at CDM he will take fresh brains over fresh legs all of the time. And anyway, Fernandinho has done nothing this entire season. He's anyway having fresh legs. So my prediction is again 4-1 or 4-0 for City. Again, it's important that we just express ourselves. That's all. And I really don't want Pep to overthink this game. Just roll the dice and see what will happen. I really hope that you have enjoyed the video. If you have enjoyed the video, please click on the like button, and also do click on the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you'll get notifications whenever I come up with new videos. I'll come in front of you with the review of this match. Hope that City does really well, and we book our spot in the next round even before the next leg is played. See you all. Bye.